I'm Ari Lax. I'm 26 years old. I am currently located in Washington, D.C., and I like to play Magic.
When did you first start playing Magic?
My first game of Magic was playing with my cousin when he babysat me, probably when I was like 6 or 7. I remember playing with cards from like Ice Age and Mirage, Arctic Foxes. So we played when he came over and babysat me, and after a while I started playing with one of my friends, and after a while I went to tournaments, and then I'm just kind of here, I guess.
What did you want to be when you were a child?
When I was a child, not too far off. I wanted to be in biomedical engineering, doing all sorts of crazy genetic stuff, and then somewhere along the line decided that everything related with chemical engineering is horrible and switched to shooting things with electricity.
What's your favorite color or shard or guild?
Definitely my favorite guild, not shard, not color, is Demir.
All right. What's your favorite 90s jam?
Favorite 1990s jam? Oh boy. You're taking me back to grade school here. I think based on a few wonderful nights in my early 20s, my girlfriend would have to say bye, 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 and sing.
How do you define success and how do you measure it?
How do I define success? This is when my parents were always the kind who have fun, travel. Just, if you're enjoying what you're doing and it's moving you ahead, that's success. You can see if you can do better. You can see, if you can change things if you want to. But in the end, if you enjoy what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and it's, actively productive and helping you further yourself, it's good.
What was your proudest moment playing Magic?
Proudest moment. I think a lot of people would assume that it was my Pro Tour win. But honestly, on that day, I was more proud of my two friends, Andrew Trout and Steve Rubin, pre-qualifying. And the proudest I've ever been was actually my friend who got me into Magic, Justin Epstein from Michigan. He kind of stepped out of competitive Magic, was back here and then. And the last ever Pro Tour that had last chance qualifiers was in Japan. He was studying abroad there and was playing in the Pro Tour. And he was asking me what he should play in the last chance qualifier, which was Standard. And I was basically, at that point, had the best constructed deck I've ever played in my life in Standard. It was the Stoneforge Mystic New Phyrexia Standard. I gave him the Splinter Twin deck with Stoneforge Mystic, told him to play it, and he was, without any practice, any understanding of what would happen, he went 7-1-1 in the last chance qualifier and got to play in the Pro Tour. I was really glad that I got to help the guy out who got me into the competitive scene. That was a really good moment.
That's awesome. What were you like in high school?
High school, not much different than I am now. I thought a little less about what I said before I said it, which, considering how often I spout off about stuff now, is probably even more shocking. But realistically, I don't know how much I've changed since about the age of 8, which is a good or bad thing, I don't really know.
What is your guilty pleasure food?
Guilty pleasure food. I feel no guilt about that. Really go for. My name's Ari Lax. Let's be real. I've got a Jewish background. A nice spread with pickles, lox, bagels, chicken matzo ball soup, maybe corned beef with liver and Russian dressing on mine. That's where it's at.
All right, and finally, tell me something that's true that almost no one agrees with you on.
Something that's true that almost no one agrees with me on. Oh man. I tend to talk pretty loudly about the things I think are true. I don't know how many people disagree or don't agree with me on. I think that the thing that's probably the most prominent is that, Magic related especially, is that I don't really see a technical difference between, you play a Magic tournament, and there's a set of rules that creates the conditions of the game. And in the context of that, I don't see the difference between, the tournament rules, the floor rules, the setting of pro levels, that whole season-wide stuff, and the game rules, Really, the game is just a set of rules and things you can do and operators of what you're doing. And you as a player are trying to find the optimal way out of that, what things optimize your chances of winning. And it's really just one big cohesive entity. I think that's something that's gotten me in a lot of disagreements with people over the years. people are like, why did you get your opponent the game loss for this? That's not playing Magic. I'm like, no. The rules of Magic, this is the rules of what we're playing. So I think that's probably it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Cool.
So I've won money on the Pro Tour. I've won money playing in Grand Prix. I've won PTQs. I've done all that kind of stuff. My proudest moment in Magic is in New York. We have a little group of drafters that will draft at John Finkel's apartment, and over the course of one day, I beat John Finkel 4 times.